Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of our 100K in 30-day challenge. I am incredibly excited to have you here today, and we are going to ensure that by the end of today's session, you know exactly what you need to include in your Godfather offer to make it as irresistible as possible. It's so exciting to see some of the curated offers, some of the curated examples that you're all sharing. And I love how excited and how inspired and activated you're feeling about taking on this challenge. Now, yesterday we looked at the overall, and today we're going into the detail. I'm going to be sharing with you the step-by-step thoughts that you need to consider in curating your offer. And at the end of today's session, you're going to have an opportunity to go and curate your very own offer for this 100K in 30-day challenge. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, lots of notes in front of me today so we don't miss anything for you. What we're going to do is we're going to identify the dream outcome. Now, yesterday in day 1, we spoke a lot about the pain points, the problems. The reason we want to do that, when we're creating a challenge like this, and we're creating an offer that actually has scarcity around it, that has time frames around it, that are 100% pure, real, honest, transparent, as we're doing everything in the highest level of integrity every single step of the way. We focused on the pain point, and in that case, people are definitely moving away from pain more so than towards pleasure. But what we want to do today is now we need to articulate the dream outcome. So what I want you to think about is the example that I shared yesterday. Hi Lisa, hi Joe, great to see you. The example I shared yesterday with Cassie, I'm going to use that again today because everything that she's doing is working, it's proven, she's doing it over and over again. So what we want to do is we want to look at selling the destination, the vacation, not the plane ride getting there. I'm going to be really specific with this. Hi, gorgeous Katrina. Great to see you. When we go on a flight, hi, gorgeous Autumn. Great to have you here. We are going to a destination, to a holiday, to a vacation, whatever it is we want to call it. Beautiful Katie. Hello. Great to see everyone here today. We are going on a trip. We want to make sure that we have this incredible experience. I went on a family trip to Bali just a few months ago. When we got to the airport, there was dramas. We weren't all sitting together. Then our flight was delayed. There was problem after problem after problem. If we focused on that, that in my mindset would be a problem. So we just focused on the destination, on the holiday, what we were going to do when we very first got there. We go to Bali every year, so we're like, which restaurant will we go to as soon as we get there? Who are the locals that we absolutely adore? When are we going to see them? Who are we going to see? My husband and son were checking out the surf locations. Where's the best surf? So we moved our mindset in that moment at the airport and on the plane ride to the destination. And that is what I just want you to have in your head the whole time when you're thinking about creating your dream outcome. One of my beautiful daughters had somebody sitting next to her that had a baby, which she thought was amazing. She's a teenage girl. Of course, she thought that was wonderful. The baby was sick almost the whole trip. It's not about the plane trip. It's about the destination. It's about when we get there. So I don't want you focusing on the features. The features are the plane ride. The benefit is when you wake up in your beautiful villa overlooking the ocean, the palm trees are swaying, You can smell the most beautiful food cooking at a restaurant right near your villa. Suddenly you see a dolphin out at sea. The wind is blowing through your hair. This is what we want. We want the feeling. We want to evoke feeling in our audience to get them to take action, to get them to move from curious to committed. So in the case of Cassie, we don't want to do, Cassie, we don't want to do the step-by-step, the milestones. We're going to do this, then we're going to do that, then we're going to do this. Every Zoom call is an hour. Then I'm going to do the notes on this. You're going to get, people don't buy that. They buy the wind in their hair, the palm trees blowing, the beautiful villa, the feeling of I'm on holidays at this tropical paradise. Sell the destination, sell the holiday, sell the vacation, not the plane ride. Please let me know if this makes sense, because this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see, especially in the online space. I see people talking about all of the features, and then right down the bottom they mention the highlights, the benefits, the feelings. That needs to be at the top. That needs to be up in lights. Please let me know in the comments. Is it making sense? Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to move from selling the vacation, selling the holiday, not the plane ride to get there, not the milestones, to listing the problems. And we're going to be really, really specific. Okay, Joe, yep, makes sense. Sunshine on the face, wind in the hair. Yes, yes, yes. Shri makes so much sense. Focusing far too much on the features. Yes, you have. Lisa, yes, love it. Amazing. What we're going to do now is we're going to move our mind to the problems, and we're going to make this super, super dialed in. The reason being, and I know I mentioned this yesterday, we're going to actually join the conversation that our prospects are having in their mind. This is not an offer that we're creating that we're going to be selling for the next 3 years. This is something super dialed in that people need now. And that's where you're going to be beautifully compensated and wildly compensated for. So for Cassie, people wanted to lose those 10 to 15 kilos. The big outcome was doing that before their wedding. They wanted it in a time frame. So she could go out there and say, let's lose 10 to 15 kilos anytime, over the next 10 years. Does that drive action? No. But imagine on your wedding day, standing there. You've released 15 kilos. You're in the dress of your dreams. Your partner is looking at you lovingly. The wind's blowing in your hair. The sun shines on your face. We're selling the dream, the feeling. I really need this to land for you. I need it to feel different to everything you've been doing before, because we need to sell the dream. Let them feel an emotion of, I can't wait to be standing there on my wedding day. Think about how Cassie's clients were currently feeling. They're probably like, oh, what am I going to do? There's that dress that I really want, but it's just not going to look great. I'm just not going to feel confident. Then we evoke feeling. Imagine how you're going to feel standing there. Imagine how you're going to feel on your honeymoon. We're in that beautiful villa overlooking the ocean, seeing those dolphins, that beautiful pot of dolphins. The feelings. So we're going to sell the dream outcome, the destination, not the plane ride, not the milestones to get there, the end result. The end result, that is what they are buying, especially in a situation like this where we're going to have time frames on them purchasing. Okay, next what I want you to think about is what are the kind of problems that they're experiencing right now, because this is going to enable you to articulate the dream outcome even more. So I'd love to share some that Cassie has had with her audience. One of the main problems that they had was they didn't know what to eat. They found food shopping complicated, confusing, overwhelming. They didn't know if they went out, what they would be able to order, if they traveled, what to order. They were really worried about the food, the nutrition. The second side of the coin there was exercise. They were so confused with what kind of exercise to do to lose weight. Many of them, as I mentioned in day one, as will be the case for all of you, they've tried to lose weight. They've really tried to do it before on their own or through a personal trainer. Maybe they've been on Weight Watchers. Whatever it might be, they have tried to lose weight and haven't been able to do so. So why is it now suddenly different? What's going to be different about it? And that is what you must find, that gap in the marketplace that's going to move your audience from curious to committed. So there was two very evident problems, the nutrition side and the exercise. Now, had Cassie just done one and not both, she would not have been nearly as successful as she has been. But instead of selling them separately, it was all intertwined. You can't do, you can't get, you can't receive this dream outcome without nutrition and exercise. So they were a combination, a fusion of the two. We don't want to solve every single problem for your audience. We want to solve one in a time frame that's going to get them the results that they deeply desire, moving them from where they are now to where they want to be by not solving 12,000 problems. So, what I want you now to think about is how that's going to look for them. So for their dream outlook, their dream outcome, that end result, how are you going to get them there? So today, your first task is going to be articulating the plane ride and highlighting the destination. The plane ride is very much going to be all of the features. The destination, the holiday, is the villa, is the sun on your face, the wind in your hair, the most beautiful cup of coffee you've ever had in your life, the smells of the frangipani around you, the feeling of standing, looking out at that pot of dolphins and just feeling a certain feeling, and you are the one that's going to evoke that. So, features versus benefits. Features, you're outlining. Benefits, you are shouting from the rooftops. There is no minimum or maximum on each, but you have to be so intentional around highlighting the benefits over the features. So I'm going to ask everyone now, what would be one feature and what would be one benefit? I would love you to share so everyone can have a bit of an idea about what it is you are articulating with your audience. Would love to see. Okay, we have something called the value equation, and this is something that we all do as a consumer, as a buyer, as a prospect. We are evaluating the value. A couple of questions I want you to think about. What are going to be the reasons? A lot of people call these objections. I just call them the value equation. We're just valuing if it's worth it or not, if we're going to get that perceived value that we spoke about yesterday. Simon, feature your own bespoke people plan. Yes. What's the benefit? What's the flip side? What is the destination? So let's work through these. So each problem that your audience is experiencing, they are going to value that as, is it worth it? Can I achieve it? So I'm going to be really specific here. For the dream outcome, they are going to be thinking about the dollar amount. There are so many people in the online space that talk about, push the needle, tell your audience. I saw this only probably a year ago, and I've used this example a lot. a coach here in Australia telling women, specifically her, prospects, sell your car to come and work with me. Sell your car to come and be part of my world, to be part of my programs. Please don't ever be that person. Not everyone is going to be the right buyer, and that's why I love having different price points for everybody, so everyone can be part of my world. Everyone can get the keys to my magical kingdom based on their needs right now. No one's going to go and sell a car to come and work with me. I had a client that I spoke to the other day, and she said she had this incredible conversation with a lady. My client is a life coach. She had like a sales call with a potential client, a beautiful lady. It was such a great fit. Everything was beautiful. And then the lady at the end said, look, if I do this, I'm going to really struggle to buy groceries for the next couple of months for my kids. And my client, Lisa, was like, no, absolutely not. Like, no. So anyway, we worked out a beautiful scholarship pricing, which we've done as a bespoke custom offer for Lisa's client. They're working together. It's all absolutely amazing. However, that is where that integrity comes from. It's so important. Please don't ever forget that. So the dream outcome, they are going to be thinking, is it worth it? Is that investment of $10,000 or that investment of $2,000 or that investment of $500K, is it worth it to get that dream outcome? And you have to ask yourself that question. The likelihood of achievement, I spoke about this yesterday. What are going to be some external factors and some internal factors that could get in the way of their success? This is something that people will consider. They're going to put barriers. They're going to put blocks up. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. I say this all the time, but I have very few clients that come and work with me privately that don't say at the beginning of the call, I don't know if I'm good enough, or I don't know if people are going to buy. I've actually been messaging a lady this morning on Facebook. She's about to sign on to work with me privately. And she said in her message, she was like, I can't sell my 3K offer. How am I possibly going to sell this 30K offer that we've been curating together? The answer, we're going to hyper target. We're going to do invitation, attraction-based marketing where you're inviting people to work with you. That's the whole purpose of Mainstream to Iconic. It's a different world. It's a different experience. So I want you to really think about that. What are those barriers, those blocks, those questions? And as in Marketing 101, objections. What are they that your audience is going to have? And why do you need to know what they are? Why do you need to understand what they are? You need to understand what they are so you can articulate them before they even think about them. Remembering, these people have already tried to solve this problem. They're problem aware. They know they're experiencing this. We're not going to be dealing with the larger market formula of people that have no idea that they've got a problem, because then we have to move them from cold to warm to hot to hyper targeting buyers. We're not doing that in this challenge. We're going straight to that 3 to 5%, usually more 3% of hyper buyers. Let's go, ready to buy, by making this offer so incredibly irresistible. All right, let me make sure everyone's on the right track here. Imagine having clear action. Yes, try and talk a little bit more about feelings there, Simon. Yes, Joe. Resilience. Excellent. Love it. Katrina, wow. I'm guessing knowing you, that's from the car comment. Selling your car. Autumn. Carrying burdens. Beautiful. Love it. Renewal. Love that word. Gorgeous. Next, effort and sacrifice. A confused mind never buys. And if somebody feels overwhelmed, if they even feel a slight twinge of confusion, they will not buy. A confused mind never buys. Write it down and look at that every time you're curating any offers. If they think it's going to be too hard, if they think it's going to be too confusing, if they think they're not going to be able to achieve it, and the effort and the sacrifice is too big, they will not work with you. They will not purchase your offers. They will not purchase your products. Is it going to be too hard for them? Is the effort and sacrifice that they have to put in too much? If so, they're not going to buy. So we have to remove the overwhelm. I was looking at some certain landing pages and funnels last night as I was falling asleep on the couch, by the way. I was so tired. I was looking at these landing pages, and every single one that I was looking at had something else you had to click on. One, I was exhausted anyway. But two, they were making me exhausted. I was so tired from going through it, and they were repeating themselves, and they were just exhausting to go through. There is no way, if you can't articulate to me what this offer is, what the benefits are, what that destination, that holiday, that vacation is going to look like for me, I'm out. Make it simple. For this particular challenge, this is something that is so exciting. We're not building funnels or sales pages. We're just putting things in a Google Doc and giving people the chance to buy. We're making it so crazy simple, so crazy irresistible. And it's either an effortless yes or it's a no. It's as simple as that. There is zero chasing people. It's just creating these magnificent offers. And if people are in a position to buy, they will buy. It's as simple as that. Okay, let me just do a quick check-in from 0 to 10. How are you enjoying this? How is it benefiting you? 0, Victoria, it's horrendous. 10, it's fire. I love it. Anything in between. Are you enjoying this training? Please let me know. Super important that we are checking in and on track. Katrina, 11. Oh my God, I love you. Love what you've outlined. Beautiful. Okay. The next thing that people are really going to consider is, are they too busy? Is it going to be too much work? That's something I really want you to think about. Is it going to be too much work for them? Hi, gorgeous Melissa. I just had a fantastic call with Mel before today's session. She's one of my amazing superstar private clients. Cara, hello, gorgeous. Simon, you're enjoying. Great. So happy. So, is it going to be too hard for them? Is it going to require too much work? When I personally am pre-qualifying clients to work with me as a private client, if they are not prepared, 1, to do the work, 2, have the mindset that, yes, they're not going to be a millionaire by next Sunday, like they're sold online, and 3, aren't activated and inspired and passionate and motivated to do the work, it's a hard no for me. I've worked way too hard to get where I am to work with people that are not going to do the work and get the results. And they have to understand, sometimes we have to pivot. We have to change things. It's not always going to be a home run the first time. And I have to feel that. And Melissa, we were talking about that this morning. If we don't feel that connection, it's not just about someone wanting to buy from you and give you the money and you have to work with them. I get it. I've been in this game for 26 years. At the beginning, some of my clients, I could tell you some scary, scary stories, but I needed the money. I needed the social proof. Now, forget it. If you're not an 11 out of a 10, there's no way I'm working with you. I don't need your 20 or 50 or 125K. Not anymore. Obviously, we're all on very different journeys, but we need to feel, not just us, them. That needs to be a connection. And we talk a lot in marketing about that know, like, and trust. And I say this, there needs to be a connection as well. Obviously, it's different in group. It's obviously different if they're buying a tangible product. I'm talking more like, a one-on-one, like a private client. We need that connection. If somebody's going to say to you, it's going to take too much time, I can't allocate the time to it, then it's probably not right now. So it's not an effortless yes, it's not a no, it's more a not right now. And that is great. We put them in the nurturing bucket. That's that market segmentation where we nurture them. So let's really think about that. Their dream outcome. Is it going to be worth it? I've got to do this work. Is it going to be worth it? Likelihood of achievement. I don't know. I'm busy. I've got the kids. I just don't know. Effort and sacrifice. Is it going to be hard for them, confusing, overwhelmed? I don't think I'm going to be any good at it. Time. Do I have the time to allocate to this? I really need you to articulate those in your messaging. So those questions, objections, whatever you want to call them, are already outlined before they say yes or before they say no. Think about those. Okay, let me see if we've got any questions that I can answer. Okay, Joe, what is a good response to my main barrier for clients? They are too overwhelmed to add one more thing into their day. You need to take something away from their day. What is one of your benefits that's going to relieve overwhelm? What is one of your benefits, Joe, that's going to remove overwhelm? Because we're going to put that up in lights. Okay. Love the limitless. That's gorgeous. Lisa, incredible. I think I'm finally starting to get this. So many notes. Amazing. I had someone reach out last night inside our private platform and said they watched yesterday's session 3 times before it kind of, landed with them. Okay, Helen, do you have any of this written to work with Victoria? As in any of these notes written? If that's the case, no. It's a live and pre-recorded challenge. Joe, I changed their energy so the same day feels easier after speaking with me. Incredible. Love it. Okay, let's keep pushing on. We've got a few more things for today's session. So what we're going to do now is we are going to transform their problems into solutions. We are going to transform being the key word here, their problems into solutions. So let me use the example of Cassie. So in the weight loss space, she's really struggling. Her clients are really struggling with knowing what to buy, and the labels was such a big thing for her. We did some market research and people came back, those brides that we have been speaking about, came back with, I thought low-fat yogurt was great. I thought, buying this healthy bread was great. And it turned out both products, or all of the products that they thought were a lot worse for them than just regular products. So the labels was a huge problem, and her solution, she actually takes them shopping. It's a virtual shopping experience. So they take her on their phone or their iPad, they go shopping together. She teaches them one-on-one how to read the labels. So the problem and the solution meshed beautifully, and it was one of the key elements, one of the key benefits for her audience. So the other one, I don't know what to eat when I'm out, or I don't know what to eat when I'm traveling, a big one. So she put together bespoke custom plans. She had Thai food, she had hotel ordering food, she had all of these different options for them. In addition, she provided 3 apps, none of them were her own apps, by the way, 3 apps that you could use when you were out and about. So maybe not even in your country, maybe at a whole new cuisine, a restaurant you've never experienced. So problem to solution. This is how I want your mind to think for this challenge. Next, the exercise. What can I do? I don't know what to do. That was a huge problem. So the solution was bespoke training. So she was doing the personal training via Zoom. Every single bride had different problems, I guess is the right word. One lady was on really high blood pressure, had really high blood pressure and was on medication. Another lady had recently had a baby and was breastfeeding. They can't all do the same workouts. Hence the custom bespoke offer. I hope this is landing. Remember, we don't have to solve every problem. We're solving one as part of this challenge. Super important we get that. Okay, what I want you to think about as we're moving forward now is really fleshing out this transformation of problem to solution. How are you going to do this? How are you going to walk your audience through? And again, these are the milestones. This is the plane ride. And by the end of today's session, you're going to do both. The plane ride as the features, the destination, the villa, sun on your face, wind in your hair, pot of dolphins, the benefits, the feelings. So, 3 words. Before someone works with you, before someone buys something from you, what are 3 words to describe how they are feeling? And then, at the end of working with you, what are 3 words to describe how they're feeling? Before, confused, overwhelmed, imposter syndrome, don't know what they're doing. Afterwards, what are the feelings? 3 words for before. They're not a client yet. They're a buyer. They're a prospect, a possible buyer, a prospect. Move them into, they've experienced your platform for 3 months. They've been a private client for, 6 months. They've been to your VIP weekend. They've been to your destination retreat. 3 words before, 3 words after. Please share with them. Please share them here in the comments, I should say. Okay, we've only got a few more things for today because today is all about curating your offer. And at the end of today's session, I want you to have such an incredible dialed in understanding of your next steps to do this. Okay, 3 words before, prospect, not yet a client. 3 words after they've experienced your world and they've worked with you, they've bought your product, service, or offer. Okay, I'll keep going as you are thinking about that. If you don't want to share, that's perfectly fine as well. For those of you on replay, hashtag replay, and please do the work. Before, lost, overwhelmed, nostrils only above water. I love that. After, peaceful, resilient, confident. Joe absolutely nailed it. Perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to share some deliverables because we're actually going to be putting your offer as some deliverables for people to understand. Lisa can't type at the moment. All good. Beautiful Helen. How cold is it there today, Helen? Let me know. Until now, overwhelmed, confused, and uncertain. Calm, clarity, confident, courageous. I love courageous. That is just the perfect word. Okay. We're going to be creating a Google Doc, and that is going to outline the offer. No fancy sales pages, no funnels, Google Doc for this 30-day challenge. Let me give you some really specific examples from Cassie so you can start understanding how you can integrate this into your offer. So we're going to look at problem, solution, and how we can deliver the expectations, which will then become what your delivery is. Autumn, burned out, defeated, depleted. Depleted is just such a word, isn't it? After, empowered, hopeful, renewed, perfection. Yeah, everybody's getting what I'm putting down. Love it. Spectacular Katrina, frustrated, stressed, self-doubt to empowered, confident, certain. Love it. And even that clarity is so important for you as well, Katrina, with what you're doing with that market to message, such clear clarity. Okay, let's look at one of the first problems, buying and understanding food. Melissa, frustrated, overwhelmed, burnt out to excited, relieved, blissful. Yes, that peace is so important for you, Melissa. So buying food, that's going to be an issue for someone that wants to lose weight. Cara, frustrated, unfulfilled, flatlining through life. Absolutely, flatlining is great. Instead, they're going to get a foolproof grocery system that she's going to bespoke and, basically be the nutritionist in their pocket. They're going on a live tour of their grocery store. It doesn't matter if they're in New York, if they're here in Australia, it doesn't matter. They're going on a grocery store with their nutritionist in a pocket. So they're getting the recorded grocery tour. Then every single plan, every single week, they get their own bespoke offer. They also are getting a check-in. So that check-in, which is so incredibly important for that accountability. So the problem being, I don't know what to buy. Yeah, absolutely. I want to lose weight. I want to look amazing on my wedding day. What do I buy? It's overwhelming. Cassie goes with them. She is their nutritionist in their pocket. Same with exercise. I don't know what exercise is to do. I go to a pump class or a cycle class and everyone's doing the same thing. I have high blood pressure. I'm on medication. Oh, I've just had a baby. I'm breastfeeding. So different. Bespoke. Custom. That is where you're really going to get beautifully compensated for your work going from that mainstream to iconic. So, what I want you to think about today, remembering we're moving in this challenge. We're not sitting around waiting for ideas and inspiration. We're doing this. This is all about implementation. You have invested 30 days financially and time-wise, and we are doing this. We are co-creating and making this happen. You're going to finalize your offer today in a Google Doc. It's going to have exactly what's included, what your price points are that you feel comfortable and confident with. We're going to be looking at pricing. Use bullet points because it's a Google Doc. We want people to read this and be like, I'm in. Yep, here, where do I pay? I want you to really think about how you can do this in a way that you are going to join the conversation that your prospects are having in their mind. How you're going to do that is before you sit down and do your features and benefits, your plane ride versus the destination, you are going to sit down and put yourself in the shoes of your dream buyer, the person you would love to purchase your offer. Remember, we're not creating buyer's paradises here in the 100K challenge. We're speaking directly to people. This is the problem you're experiencing and I have the solution. This is it. And this is the investment to get that result. To solve your problem, this is the investment. I truly, truly believe that a transaction must take place for a transformation to take place. I have seen it time and time and time again. I give free advice. I give free content. I even, will message people answering their questions. And until they invest in themselves and say, okay, I'm doing it. Victoria, here's my 20 grand. Here's my 50 grand. Here's my 125 grand. Transformations don't really happen at the level that they desire. A transaction must take place for a transformation to take place. I want you to really think about that and write it down. Okay, so you are going to put yourself in the shoes of your potential buyer, your dream buyer, remembering what I say about our buyers all the time. They are so intelligent. They are empowered. They have worked incredibly, incredibly hard to make the money they've made. And they don't need from you, from me, from anybody else, manipulation, fake scarcity, prodding, 1,000 follow-ups. They just need you to show up and do that value before transaction and then an invitation to buy. That is it. We are going to have a customer-centric business model that we hold in such high integrity where we co-create. There is such an energy in the online space about, people paying, top dollar to be, that power to proximity around somebody. And just think for a moment how it feels when you buy something, whether it's a $200 product, a $2,000 product, a $20,000 product. How do you feel if that person you bought from doesn't reach out? How do you feel if they don't connect with you? How do you feel if you don't get emails from them or Voxer or Facebook Messenger? It makes you feel lost. It makes you feel lonely. It makes you feel unworthy. We want to put our dream buyers in a place that they feel seen, they feel heard. So incredibly important. And that doesn't happen a lot. People are all about this grabby, money, money, money. What about being beautifully compensated for our work and sharing our heart and sharing our life with our clients in a way that they've never experienced before? It changes everything. So I want you to really think about this as a customer-centric business model where your clients, your buyers are the people that deserve to be honored and respected, and put yourself in the shoes. And I've asked many of you over the last few months to do that buyer's example, an example of when you just felt so excited about what you've just purchased, and one time when you've had a really horrible buying experience. Because we need to remember to put ourselves in the shoes of our clients. We need to remember to put ourselves in the shoes of somebody that's nervous to pay $5,000. They're scared. How's this going to work? Oh, I just don't know. Let's honor our buyers in a way that they don't feel from anybody else. And having a business model that's transparent and authentic and of just pure heart and pure integrity. I tell you what, from me to you, it is the most incredible feeling. I get photos. I've talked about this so many times. I get photos from my clients of their kids' graduation. One of my beautiful clients, Kate, had a baby a few months ago, and she sent me like 500 photos, which I loved and wanted more. One of my friends, Nicole, who's now become a client, her son got married. She invited me to the wedding. Let's do things differently with such pure integrity, because it's going to make so much difference. I love when I see my private clients' names come up on Voxer or on Facebook Messenger. I love it because it's exciting, the fact that I get to spend time with them. I get to check in with them. We can solve problems together. We can celebrate together. We can pivot if things aren't working. It's a journey of co-creation. And if you're able to do that and not just lip service and say it, but if you can deeply feel it and deeply serve your clients in that way, that it is a co-creation, you're going to have those clients for life. I've spoke about my client Dominic before. I've had Dominic in my world since 1997, and he continues to buy from me constantly. As a private client, as a mastermind client, as my digital products, as my programs, my courses. Let's build businesses that are customer-centric, where we truly honor our buyers. So that letter or that message that you're going to write about putting yourself in the shoes of your client is then going to move you into being crystal clear on your offer and what you can create. All right, I've hit 45 minutes, so I am out. I am going to invite you to spend some time working on your features and benefits, the plane ride versus the destination versus that beautiful villa with a view. The letter, the message, however you want to present it, as to putting yourself in the shoes of your dream buyer, and truly understand that your buyers are so empowered and savvy and intelligent, and they deserve all the respect in the world. It's not just about the money. It's just not about the money. It's got to be about more. Okay. Love it, Joe. Okay. Joe, I don't know how to articulate custom for healing grief. Everything is one-on-one, personal, but let me have a think about that one, Joe. Simon, did you say it should have 3 price points? Up to you. Normally for the 100K challenge we do. We have one incredible offer, 3 price points depending on time and energy, etc. for each one. Katrina, yes. Okay, same question, 0 to 10. How has today's session been? Are you excited about the possibility of curating this? Are you ready to really deep dive into serving your buyer and creating something truly magnificent, irresistible, moving them from problem to solution to their dream outcome? Let me know. Would love to know. I hope it's landed, and I really hope you feel that know, like, trust, and the connection, because it is really going to help you when you are joining the conversation your prospects are having in their mind, so they feel seen and they feel heard. Katrina, it's 11, inspired. Joe, 11, fire. And she's done this work before. Amazing. Lisa, do we share the Google Doc in the mastermind? There'll be a new thread for that. Beautiful Helen, starting to find her way. No, Lisa, not in school. It'll be here in Facebook. We'll have a thread. Car, it's a 10. Autumn's excited. Absolutely love, love, love. If you're watching on replay, hashtag replay, tag me in, answer the questions, do the work. I want you to put in everything. I want you to do what you need to do to make this work for you. Having that 100K in your bank account in 30 days is going to give you such a boost of confidence, but you have to do the work. I'm giving you the tools, the step-by-step, the blueprint, but you, my friend, have to do the work. Mel, 10 out of 10. Love you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today here on day 2 of the 100K challenge in 30 days. I am thrilled to have you here. I'm honored that you have chosen me to be your guide over the next 30 days, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have. From my heart to yours, so much love, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and bye for now.